Uh, Very wonderful morning today, and it's quite of cloudy and good weather. Uh, and I'm a director of Mines, Geology, and Petroleum Department, Rajasthan. One of the critical sector, sensitive and critical sector. Also, one of the high revenue earning part of the revenue department of the Rajasthan, especially after commercial taxes, excise and other departments. The mines and geology is the one of the largest revenue earning department, and also I may say that after agriculture department or the agriculture as a sector, mines is a sector where, at least in Rajasthan, a maximum number of people are involved in employment. I mean, in terms of revenue generation for their own source of income source in Rajasthan, either to directly or indirectly. The reason, like when we compare with any other states, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Jharkhand, and some part of Andhra Pradesh. These are the largest revenue in terms of mineral exploitation and availability of minerals also. And wonderfully, Rajasthan is endowed with very different types of minerals, very wide variety, because of its geological structure. Whatever we find in northern part of India is usually Himalayan range, Vindhyan range, and Aravalli range. Aravalli range being the oldest. Whatever we see is at denuded denuded mountains, so easy to exploit, and the availability of mineral is can be readily exploited. So obviously, mineral is a raw material, and Rajasthan mineral, we provide mineral to as a raw material to most of the industries across northern India, especially in the Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, UP, or on other parts of India. The minerals from the Rajasthan is usually the raw material for them. It is an energy hungry world. We also have found that we have huge resources of petroleum crude oil in Badmer and the Jaisalmer basin. Also, some part of Kota basin. So, Rajasthan is the second largest after the Bombay High. We are the second largest producer of crude oil also. So this is the magnitude. It's a wonderful thing. Around 82 different types of minerals are exploited in Rajasthan. 82 different types, and in the 82 different type of minerals, we are exploiting around 57 types of minerals for the economic purpose. And the number of mining leases itself is so huge, and I think it's in terms of number. We are the largest in India. 15,692 mining leases. We have a quarry license of around 17,000, and major minerals like limestone and iron and other minerals, 167 mining leases are there. So over the years, my minerals are exploited. We not only now, in the historically, we have evidences of exploiting minerals. It goes back to 2000 years ago, where in Agucha, Dariba, we have evidences of smelting of zinc and lead. Dates back to around 2000 years back. Historically, we know the places like copper, Kethri mines, exploiting copper over more than 200 years. Also, Rajasthan is has a 100% hold on the production of rock phosphate, gypsum, SMS grade limestone. We have a sole controller of the producer of these minerals. Even we have the potential of gold, silver, and recently we are in the process of exploiting potash also. The potash is one of the important element of NPK fertilizer. So we have a huge resource of potash near Churu and Ganganagar basins. We have around 95% of the potash reserves in Rajasthan. In other perspective, even recently there is some exploration of lithium, rare earth minerals and other things. Apart from that, we have a sole dominance over the sandstone, marble, granite and other minor minerals where we are, I may not say that sole, but leaders in producing these important minerals in Rajasthan. We have seen steady growth in the production of minerals as well as the revenue growth. In 2019-20, I just want to show the figure. We would generate around 4,500 crores of revenue, which is almost increased to 40 to 50%, which has reached around 7,212 crores of revenue this financial year, solely. And the only reason for this, achievement is obviously we started computerizing most of our operations. The relations or that interactions between the mine leaseholders and the department officials have been increased, in terms of minimized, and the operations of mines has been increased because of the computerization process. I would give an example like simple issues of Ravanna or the transit pass. Earlier used to be a very cumbersome process where the leaseholder would go to the department and he would ask for the Ravanna. Now a supervisor in the mining operations, he would generate Ravanna and he will start moving his vehicles. That itself is such a relief that his operations are faster. And for us to monitor any fraud, any other transactions of mineral movement, as well as to collection of data is so easy. It's a simple process. Even issuing Ravanna and authorizing a supervisor at a mines at a lease itself has created such a faster movement of goods that helped in producing, in increasing the revenue. Second, we started identifying the mineral rich places. Using various technology, we increased our own exploration mechanism. Usually, GSI, MECL and the Director Mines, our Geology wing explores. So, right now, in the auction, we have reached around 2,000 hectares of additional land as a mineral bearing lands into auction process, and there is a availability of plots for auction, and it is a fair and transparent process where we use MSTC platform for auction process. So anybody who wants to take purchase the leases can go for a transparent process. And then we have established our own exploration trust, which increase the potential and the fastness in which we explore the various mineral bearing land. Otherwise, we would depend on the age-old practices, but the ability to bring the private players have increased the creation of the plots, blocks, and then we have focused our priorities on those minerals which are in which are in high demand for the industry. The GSI and the MECL works in a different fashion. They work as a study, as an understanding. Like they keep on exploring in their own phase. But when a director mines and the Rajasthan Mineral Exploration Trust, they explore in the fashion of what is required for the industry. Right now, there is a demand for quartz, there is a demand for marbles. In another 3 to 4 years, any other minerals can get an attention from the industry. So we can change our own focus and phase in exploration. And also media publicity. We have created our own social media accounts, the various ways in which we publicize our plots, auctions, and mineral bearing land have increased the revenue growth. And that's how we have prioritized our exploration, and we have simplified and become target oriented. This is the trend in which we have increased our revenue through a proper administration. And simplification is also one of the reason in which we have made our department much more flexible. Some of the key policy revisions that we have did is, in the recent times, there are huge demand for various minerals, even including murram, ordinary earth, masonry stones, in huge demand, especially in the national and state highways. Mumbai Delhi Expressway, Bharatmala project, there is huge demand for them, and we have simplified the procedure in which even the contractors can go and apply for getting the permits for their mineral requirement. This has faster increased the phase in which these construction activities can be taken place. Number of mineral plots delineation and the auction in the government land increased in manifold. Recently, we have auctioned around 142 blocks of minor plots in the last month, in the July month. The demand and the participation is very encouraging. And the third point, when somebody who owned the land, in the Khatidari land, that also we provided, that's by increasing the ability in which the person can get the mining leases. Recently, we have changed, brought the MSAND policy to bring an alternative to Bajri. Bajri is nothing but sand, river sand, in high demand. There is a huge increase in the construction activities, and there is always demand in the demand for the river sand for the construction activities. So we found that there is only way in which we can go for maybe giving an alternative approach is providing the MSAND, manufactured sand, by bringing the MSAND policy, which actually promotes the alternative generation and alternative use of the manufactured sand, alternative to the river sand, because river sand goes through a various cumbersome process of environment clearance and scrutiny, and there is restrictions. There is availability, because Rajasthan does not have a perennial rivers. There is always a limited availability of sand in Rajasthan. So only solution, and that's what we are focusing in for the future also, that we should at least go for 50% of, and another 10 to vision. Our vision 2030 say we assume that we will be in a position for reaching 50% of the needs through manufactured sand. This policy has in a way increased the production of MSAND policy, but the acceptance from the market is still awaited. It will come over the years. It will come. Gypsum, huge resources of gypsums available in the Bikaner, Ganganagar, and Jaisalmer belt. The simplification of gypsum policy has increased in terms of POP factories, in cement industries. The policy itself has earlier it was a very restrictive policy. The bringing this policy has increased the availability of gypsum and also easy mining and curtailing the illegal mining of the gypsum, and attractive amnesty schemes. The policy revision of amnesty schemes not only in mining department but also in the GST, in composition of the overloading of mines, in various angle, we have brought that amnesty schemes which are very attractive, and we have recorded very good recovery this year. And mining, though it is a very important sector, but it is kind of an informal sector also. Informal in terms of the availability of the skilled laborers. You require one who operates the mines. He knows that he requires very skilled laborers when it comes to blasting, using of technology, drilling machines, and transportations. And there is a huge, and usually the mines are usually in the interior areas of usually near to the forest area, or usually in the interior side. The demand and requirement for this skilled labor is always in high demand, both for the minor mineral and as well as major minerals. Just imagine Rajasthan is the only place which has 25 cement plants, and 3 or 4 new cement plants which are coming. So we require huge number of mining engineers, skilled laborers, drillers, various skills. Even including, if you go to the Hindustan zinc mines, you will find that those equipments so complicated, you require a very skilled labor. So this time we have, in the budget announcement, we have announced the establishment of the mining university in the Kota division, and this university would be specific to mining. In entire India, I think only ISM Dhanbad is there, which provides a training for the mining in terms of the mining perspective. Right now, only the 2 or 3 engineering colleges which provides a mining as a education. But the university and skilling university will definitely integrate with various industries which already available. Example: Vedanta, Cairns, copper, Hindustan Copper, various cement factories, Jindal Saw. There are so many companies which can be integrated for the better skilling the persons. The petroleum industry, the crude oil exploration itself is so complicated, involving so many technologies. So we require a proper skilling university dedicated for mining purposes, which are planning to establish in Kota. To promote, like we have seen that mining is only what we see, Mercedes and those BMW cars used by the mining owners is only 10 to 20% of the people. Remaining 80% are very poor and dependent subsistently on the mining as one of the livelihood. So we have reduced the premiums on their extension of the QLs because they depend on the correlations for their livelihood. Since we have after almost 4 to 5 years, we are computerizing the whole process. We have dropped the quarterly return. Now there is only yearly return, and in future, when our computerization process is, we completely trust and we build the faith in that. We'll go for, just like the income tax, we will go for completely depending on the online processes. There won't be any requirement of any return. Only the assessment will be done by the various interactions, like Ravanas which are issued, the files which transactions which are done by the mining operator. So we may go for that kind of approach. But right now we are reduce the quarterly return, reduce the monthly return, and we are going only for the yearly return. Use of satellite imagery. We require satellite perspective for exploration. We require satellite and other imagery for the analysis and planning of the mine leases and their demarcation, and as well as assessing any possibility of illegal mining. So we are highly going forward. We are right now we are using the different satellite imageries and using the free software which are available. We have linked our system with the Indian Bureau of Mines, their mining surveillance system, where they send the triggering points and online deposits facility, the DMFT, RSMT, and various fees that we take is through an online deposit facility. I can tell you it may looks very simple, but when a mine owner wants to deposit something, if he wants to come to a government office, it's a very difficult thing. And we have ample examples of the lower level official leaking or involving the leakage of many of the deposits. It happens. When you are issuing a Ravana, you have issued Ravana of one party to another party, and you are resulted into illegal transportation of minerals. When something was deposited, you take the money and you go to treasury and deposit. There is a possibility of theft or leakage of the lower level officials. There are many instances that it happened, but this online deposit facility has smoothly facilitated the interactions between the leaseholders and the government. These are the major achievements. I just told that how much we are auctioning. We have almost reached 2,461 hectares of mineral rich area. Our focus is to increase this mineable area to now it is almost 2% of total geographical area. In future, we'll go for more, aim for around 3% of the geographical area. We have recovered around 82 crores through amnesty schemes, where we reduced the number of disputes that we had. And now we have found the focus is for the critical minerals. Even the government of India is focusing on the critical minerals, the gold, rare earth minerals, lithium, and as well as tungsten. There is evidences which are found in the various parts of Nagaur, Pali, and Siroi area. And we have improved our lab and chemical analysis, bringing NAB accredited lab into geology setup, and simplified the conditions of mine auctions. Conditions of mine auctions is like when you auction a mine, you have to give the 40% of the premium initially, and over the subsequent years, you have to give remaining in 2020 in the ratio of in the subsequent ratios, which helps anybody who was interested to invest in mines. He can initially come with the 40% of the initial capital requirement, and slowly when it comes to operation, then he can earn and he can deposit. This has created a huge demand for the mineral auction also. It's a very simple process. Instead of going for an upfront payment, we have gone for this splitting of the auction, depositing of the premium, which actually increases the participation of the various stakeholders. Obviously, these mines and minerals, it depends completely on the technology and the demand. Earlier, for example, low grade iron, Rajasthan had a huge potential of huge resources of the iron ores. But it was never explored or never exploited. As the demand is growing, even the low quality, low availability of the iron ores are hugely demanded, and participated by the various stakeholders, we have reached up to 192% of the premium value. When we auctioned it, there is so much of demand. And soon we are going for 4 major blocks of iron ore in coming month. For example, quartz. Earlier quartz were not utilized by the various industries, but the technology has changed. There is a drilling mechanism and there is a compacting mechanism. The technology has brought huge demand for the quartz also, where you can create a manufactured slabs. So once the technology has changed, there is a huge demand for the quartz also. Earlier, if you see that marbles were used to be very small. Now the technology of cutting, wet drilling, wet cutting, different types of handling of these blocks have been introduced by the various stakeholders. Then there is a huge demand suddenly there is a huge demand for the blockability of the, there is a huge demand for the marbles and also this technology will help the blockability of the these blocks. In future, we'll be focusing on the fertilizer safety, K&P. We already, Rajasthan produces almost 90%, 99% of the rock phosphate. In future, we will go for the exploitation of potash, which is usually found in the Ganganagar and Churu area. We have huge resources. The exploitation is difficult because it is at around 700 meter deep within the deep of the earth, at the depth of 700 meter depth of the earth surface. So now the exploration is difficult, exploitation is difficult. Hopefully, any technology change will definitely increase the requirement. When there is an increased requirement of the potash, which is 100% imported from the other countries, usually Russia and Canada, there is an increase in the cost of the fertilizer also. So this cost of increased cost has made us to think for the deep-seated mineral which is available in India itself. But the technological advance is required, and I think in near future we'll be able to exploit the potential of the potash also. And coal gasification. Coal gasification is what we can do and explore in Jaisalmer, where the natural gases are usually found with the petroleum and crude oil productions. We can also potentially easily exploit the coal gasification by producing ammonia also. And the focus would be for critical minerals and exploration through through various new methodology. So we will be having a focused approach with the production of minerals, increased demand. There is a natural demand in the industry. The availability of mineral is there, but however, when the industry is being set up in the Chittorgarh Bhilwara belt, there is a huge demand for the minerals also. And we are focusing on the zero waste mining to bring efficiency in mining operation, and also various improved mechanism and simplified mechanism to collection, monitoring of royalties and monitoring of various companies, and bringing transparency in their operations. In our operations will definitely increase the mining, and the mining industries will definitely increase. This is our vision. By 2030, we envision a thriving and sustainable mining sector in Rajasthan, setting new standards for responsible resource management and economic prosperity. Our commitment is to harness the rich mineral potential of our state while safeguarding the environment and ensuring social well-being. Through innovation and technology and responsible practices, we aim to make Rajasthan a beacon of excellence in mining industry, contributing significantly to state's growth, employment, and overall development. This would be our focus. This would be our vision and approach for the mining sector in Rajasthan. Thank you.